Justice, it's already 6 p.m. and you're still not home yet.
I'm sorry, Paige. I'm gonna be home a little late tonight.
What? Why? You and I promised that today would be the day we would go out for dinner together. And you said you'd make sure you got home early from work today, right?
And, well, I was called to go over to my mom's house. I'm on my way to her place right now.
Your mom again? Can't you just tell her no on a day like today? We already made the reservations at the restaurant and everything tonight.
I'm sorry. I was thinking of saying no to her this time, but my mom has become a bit hysteric. Now, you can either cancel that reservation, or you can try to get one of your friends to go with you to the restaurant tonight.
I was really looking forward to going out to eat with you, Justice.
I'm really sorry, Paige.
What does your mom even want with you today?
She's told me that her AC has gone out and she can't get it to come back on. She wants me to take a look at it before she has to call an HVAC technician to come take a look at it. Actually, she already gave one place a call about it, but they told her they couldn't get to her until next week.
Then why can't she just wait until next week and leave us alone? Your mom is always calling you over to her house for the stupidest reasons, isn't she? Because of her, you and I are never able to go out with one another anymore. You really need to start saying no to her.
Even if I say no to her, she won't listen. She will just keep texting and calling me until I go. It all just drives me up the wall.
But it's literally every single week she's calling you over to her place for pretty much no reason. Tell her to give you some freaking time off or something. I was thinking today was finally our chance to be with one another again on a date after such a long hiatus.
But my mom's back is pretty bad these days, and she needs a man around the house to help her out. The fact that her AC is now out means that the inside of her house could get really cold tonight. I can't just leave her there to freeze all night as her son. So, I've got to be there to do something, right? I'm worried about her as well.
I understand you always wanting to worry about her, considering she's living on her own now. You don't want to say no to her when she asks for something. You've always been the kind of guy making sure your parents have been okay and without any troubles. But I really think that your mom is asking for your help too often.
I myself believe that my mom has still not gotten over the fact that I've left her home and have a family of my own now.
Look, Justice, I'm sure you haven't really noticed this yet, but I'm starting to feel like all your mom is wanting to do is take you away from me. Every time she calls for you to go over to her place, she only asks for you.
You think that's the case?
Your mom has never really thought of me all that well, right?
Yeah. Well, I suppose that's true.
I can understand that sometimes she's wanting to see you for real, but there might also be a little bit of her wanting you away from me. She's trying to make sure that you and I don't spend a lot of time together, and she's also making sure that I don't come over to see her any. I really do think that your mom has something against me, and this is her way of taking it out on me.
I'm sorry about this, Paige. I'm sure my mom is just really lonely at home. But if I bring up how you're feeling about this, I'm sure she'll start to realize that she can't call me over to her place all the time anymore.
I would really like her to stop doing all of that now, though. It's been over 2 years now since you married me and left your parents' house, right? Does she have any idea what she's doing calling her married son back home like this all the dang time?
I wonder the same thing. It's strange. I'll make sure to talk to my mom directly about this. All right?
I really think you should. If you don't, who knows when the next time will be that you and I can be with one another.
That's true. I'm so sorry for always leaving you empty-handed like this.
You shouldn't have to apologize to me for that. It's your mom that's been doing this to me. Just make sure that today you have a good talk with her about how she's tearing you and I apart. I don't want her feeling as though she can keep doing something like this to us forever.
All right. I'll let you know how it all goes when I'm on my way home.
Sounds good. I'm gonna cancel that reservation we had now. I'll just make something for dinner with what we have at home. I'm sure you'll be eating dinner with your mom again as well, so I'll only be making something for myself.
I'm sorry. I'm expecting it to be a few hours here, but I'm sure I'll see you before you go to bed tonight.
I made sure to go out today and pick up your favorite whiskey you love to drink. It was a bit more expensive than I thought it would be, but since this is our anniversary, who cares? I've already finished up making dinner for the both of us as well now. So, hurry up and get home to me.
I'm sorry, Paige. I'm really sorry. But today it's looking like I'll be late again. You can go ahead and eat before me, all right?
What? Why? Why are you going to be late today? Don't tell me that even today, your mom again?
Yeah, it's about my mom again. She called me to go back to her house this evening.
Come the hell on now, Justice. Today is the day of our anniversary, for crying out loud. Your mom should even be aware of such a date as that.
Today it seems like one of her friends will be having their funeral today. So she asked that I come out to see her. She wants me to drive her there since she can't drive herself anymore.
Tell her to ride the bus or get a taxi or something. There's no way she needs you to go all the way out there again on a day like today to do something as simple as that.
I'm sure the funeral is too far away for her to use a taxi cheaply. And she has a lot of things she wants to bring along with her, so the bus would be too difficult as well. She'll need someone with a lot of muscle like me to carry them all.
This is screwed up. Your mom knows that today is the day of our anniversary for sure, and that's why she's doing this to us, right? How screwed up does one have to be to do all of this? Justice, you've talked with your mom already about how she's been acting, right? Why is this still going on?
I already told her that today wouldn't work. But she told me that if I don't go out and get her, she'd cut ties with me. There was no way for me to say no to her in the end.
The fact that she said she'd cut ties with you like that is ridiculous. She's threatening you now in order to get you away from me, and you're letting that happen. If I were you, I would have just told her to cut ties to you then, because I wouldn't budge. I can't believe you're just letting this happen to us.
I understand, but I really can't say no to her.
Hey, do you remember what we promised one another back when we got married?
Of course I remember the promise.
We made sure to promise that every anniversary we had, we would celebrate it together on the day of. But recently, you and I haven't even been able to have dinner together. I can understand if you have to stay late for work and whatnot, but recently it's all been because of your dang mom that you're never around. Can we even call ourselves a married couple anymore when things are this distant?
I'm really so sorry that I broke our promise. Because of this, I'll make sure to give my mom an earful.
Will you really, though? This has been going on for months now, Justice, and you already told me that you talked to her before about this. So are you really going to give her an earful this time and have her listen? I'm getting tired of the same old crap happening.
Please believe in me. You still love me, don't you?
Of course I still love you. But that's what's making this all so difficult for me.
Well, this time you have to believe in me. I'll make sure something like this never happens to us again. I'll even do my best to get home from my mom's as soon as possible. I'm sure this is all really painful for you, but I just need you to wait a little longer.
Iris, so is this how you want to treat me all the time? You must know what day today is for Justice and I. And yet you took him away from me and have kept him away until this late at night. Is that really how you're going to play your games with me now? What? How I want to treat you? Paige, what has gotten into you all of a sudden? I would really like you to stop playing dumb here, please. You have to know exactly what the hell is going on here right now more than anyone else. What is this all about? It's 8 o'clock at night right now, right? Did I do something to make you upset recently? You've been calling my husband to go back home to you pretty much every single day now. I've been putting up with it for months now, but I can't do it anymore. I can't keep sitting back and letting you take him away from me. I can't believe that you'd even ask for him to go home to you on our anniversary of all days as well. Stop that. Because of you always calling him home, I've never been able to spend much time with him anymore. Do you really hate me that much where you have to go do this to me all the freaking time? What? I haven't been able to see my son for months now, though. What do you mean I've been calling for him so much? What the heck is going on here, Paige? What are you talking about? Iris, you've been calling your son to go back to your house all the time after he gets out of work, right? Even today, you asked for him to come over to your place so he could take you out to your friend's funeral, right? I'm sorry? I really have no idea what you're going on about right now, Paige. There was no funeral for any friends of mine today, and your husband never came by my house to see me. I've been home all day and he's never stopped by. But that's what my husband told me today. I'm really sorry, but I have no recollection of what you're talking about. And these days, I barely get any calls or texts from him in general. Are you sure there isn't some sort of mix-up here? What? So you're telling me that you really haven't been the one taking him away from me? That's what he tells me all the time as the reason for never being home with me. Ever since the two of you got married, I have never asked for my son to come back home and see me. Not once. I have no reason to be asking him to come home considering he's with you now. And if I ever were to call him over, I'd ask that he bring you along with him to my house. But Justice is always telling me about how he's asked by you to go to your house all the time to help you with all sorts of things. He tells me about how it's hard for you living on your own. I have not been asking for his help. If there ever is something that I can't handle going on my own, I ask one of the neighbors to come over and help. If you guys actually lived close by, I'd be asking for help at times. But it's about an hour by car to make it all the way out here, right? An hour and a half, actually. I would never call him out here to help me with a drive like that here and back. So you're telling me this means my husband is lying to me? Because he's still leaving the house all the time. How often has my son been saying that he needs to come out and see me? At least once a week. And during certain weeks, it will be every other day he says he needs to go back to help you. That often? It's been about a year now that he's been telling me he needs to stay out late or leave the house to go and see you. And for the past few months, it's been happening so often that I'm going crazy. What the hell is that kid doing right now? Paige, I am so sorry that all of this has gotten you so worked up. No worries. I'm sorry for being lied to and making the mistake of blaming you for all that's been going on with Justice. You don't have to apologize to me for that. The fact that you've had to put up with all that for a year now is so crazy to me. I'm sure you're exhausted now, right? I wish you would have come to me about all of this a lot sooner if you had been so upset with me. I thought that it would be best for me not to confront you about it, so I never got around to saying anything to you. What? Why didn't you want to come to me, though? Because my husband was telling me about how he heard you talking about me like you didn't like me at all. He then told me that since you hate me so much, you would never take a call from me or answer any of my texts. That's why I thought it was better to refrain from talking to you at all. Hold on a second. Justice has been saying all of that as well? Yes? I've been told those same exact things from him as well, though. He's told me that you don't really like talking to me that much, so it was best that I never contacted you. What? I've never had anything personal against you, besides what I was being lied to about. I was hoping that you and I could become close family after the wedding and everything. So when I heard that you hated me and never wanted to talk, I was devastated. And I was feeling the same way when he told me that you didn't like me at all. I don't hate you, Paige, and I never have. But when I heard from Justice that you didn't like me, I was shocked. I just assumed maybe that's just how things are going to be between you and I, and didn't make any attempts to call or text you. That's why I've been so distant from you. Has this really been happening? This whole time I've believed that you've really hated me. And I was under the impression that the reason you were calling for my husband to go home to you was to make sure that him and I couldn't spend any time together. Are you kidding me? I would never do something like that to you. I was so happy when I found out you'd be getting married to my son. That's why I wanted for you and I to become so much closer to one another. I'm so happy to hear that. I feel a little bit less upset now after hearing that. Having to live for the past year thinking that you hated my guts was so tough for me. I'm sure it was. I totally understand how you feel right now. But now we have to think what made my son lie to us this much. What has he been thinking, lying to both his own mother and his wife like that, causing us both to go through hell? I wonder. The fact that he'd go to such lengths to keep you and I apart means there must be something he's hiding. I wonder if he's been trying to get me to freak out over you by always making me feel like you were the one to blame for all of this. There is something very wrong going on with that man, isn't there? I cannot believe my son would do something so horrible to us. Paige, I am so very sorry for what my son's done. You and I need to work together right now to figure out all that he's been hiding from you and I. If there's anything you need from me, you let me know right away. Thank you so much, Iris. For the first time, I'm going to start following my husband around to see what he's up to.
I'm gonna be a bit later than usual tonight, alright? I'm really sorry, Paige, but I'll make sure that today of all days, my mom listens to me.
You don't have to do that. I've made sure to talk with her already.
What do you mean?
I spoke with her about why she's calling you over to her house so often. I made sure to give her a piece of my mind.
Huh? You're lying, right?
Not at all. And actually, about your mom, she's with me right now at this moment.
What?
And something else, she's been telling me about how she hasn't even seen you for the past couple of months. Tell me what all of this is about, Justice.
Wait, why are you with my mom right now? Are you telling me the truth?
Back on the day of our anniversary, you never came back home to celebrate with me, right? I'd had enough at that point, so I made sure to text your mom then and tell her how upset I was with her. But then she started to tell me that she'd been hearing things from you, and things changed between the both of us. She told me about how she had never once asked for you to go back home to help her out.
No, there's something about that actually.
Tell me what that something is that made you lie to the both of us like that. Tell me where you went on the night of our anniversary that made you stand me up.
I want you to listen to me without getting angry. First, I want to make this one thing clear. I didn't stand you up like that on the night of our anniversary because I wanted to.
I am asking you where you went on the night of our anniversary. I never said I wanted to hear your reasoning for it yet. And once I've heard where you went, then I can let you know whether or not I'm going to be angry about it.
All right. Okay.
But do know that I'm not going to let you lie to me anymore. Don't think that you can fool myself or your mom anymore. Enough of your games. Just tell me what's been going on here, Justice.
I'm sorry. I was lying all the time about going over to my mom's house because I was going over to another woman's place. She was the actual person calling for me to come over.
And?
I'm sorry. I've been cheating on you.
So it seems like you're not going to try to lie to me about this time. Understood. Then let's begin talking about how things are going to go for us here on out.
Wait a second, please. This was all just fun and games. Nothing more than that.
But you made it pretty clear to me that you were prioritizing being with her over me, right? Are you sure you don't care more about that woman than you do me?
Of course I don't care more about her.
Then why have you been lying to me about all of that? So much that you even stood me up on our anniversary. You lied not only to me, but to your own mom as well. And if it was all just for fun and games, then you shouldn't have been too worried about making all that last for a whole freaking year.
She was threatening me. She told me that if I didn't keep coming to her place to mess around, that she'd tell you about what I was doing. I had no choice but to keep going to her place to see her. I was not standing you up like that all the time because I wanted to.
The fact that you went a full year keeping all of that hidden from me is why I can't forgive you for it. If she was threatening you to stay with her, then you could have told me that and I wouldn't have minded one bit. But instead you were just letting it play out, right? And not just that, but you were making it look like your mom hates me while doing it. Because you couldn't just tell us the truth. You hurt me, making it seem like your mom hates me and that I wasn't liked by your family.
I'm sure this has hurt you a lot, but I was thinking that if you found out about all this, you'd leave me. And that was scary. If you were to end up throwing me away or something, I wouldn't be able to carry on.
What a bunch of BS coming out of that mouth of yours.
But I'm being honest with you right now. I think of you as more important than anyone else in my life.
If you really viewed me as being that important to you, then you would have never even cheated on me in the first place.
I'm so sorry for that. I know what I did was wrong. And I'm gonna make sure I never see her again now. So please, forgive me for all of this.
Are you sure you can cut ties with her that easily? The woman you've been cheating on me with, she's pregnant now with your child, right?
Why do you know about that?
It's been a few weeks now since I first started talking with your mom about this. You have to understand that we've both been very curious about what you've been doing, and so we took time to look around and look into things. That's why it's best you don't hide anything from me anymore as we talk.
Is that right? I'm so sorry. I think that I've been a real idiot.
Not just an idiot, though, but an actual dumbass by the looks of it. Your mom was crying about all of this.
I made sure to take all the right steps in order to not get her pregnant, though. But at one point, she told me she was pregnant. This led to her feeling more and more sick from being pregnant. And that's why recently I've had to go over to her place so much. Please believe me. I was trying my very best to make sure I wouldn't get her pregnant.
I don't want to hear about all of that. I would rather vomit right now than listen to all that.
I'm sorry. I have to think about the kid now. And I wanted to make it clear to you as well that this is going on. But I'm telling you that the kid she's carrying is a complete accident. I've been planning to end things between her and I for a while now. I told you I'd make her listen to me, right?
I don't care that you have been trying so hard not to have a kid with her because you were still sticking your thing into her pretty much every night, right? That negates any chance of me believing that her getting pregnant was really an accident. Why are you still trying to act like a victim here? I can't believe you try and call that an accident when it's pretty simple that when a man has sex with a woman, she can become pregnant. It's too late for you to do anything about it now because she is carrying your kid. You might as well marry her now.
Please don't say something like that to me. I did not make that kid with her because I wanted to. She might have tricked me into getting her pregnant. Maybe she poked a hole in the condom or something. Or maybe she stopped taking her birth control. She was already talking about how if her and I had a kid together, we'd have to get married.
Even if she tricked you into having that baby with her, you're still at fault for cheating on me with her, right? You have to take responsibility for that part. I no longer want to be married to you anymore, Justice. So, go and marry her now.
I will not marry her. The only woman I'm in love with is you, Paige. Had she never been threatening me to keep meeting with her, I would have stopped cheating on you long ago.
Well, I don't trust any of that one bit, though. Honestly, I want to know why you didn't just leave me for her already. You seem to have a lot invested in a woman like her, so why not just leave me?
That woman works all through the night.
So what?
I don't want to make a woman that works all night at places like those my wife. Those places are filled with stupid and useless women, right? I don't want a wife like that.
Huh? What the hell is wrong with you? I'm sure you first met up with her at one of those places, Justice. You went there to have your fill of sex and thrills, and now you're going to call all the women that work there stupid and useless? Get real. I guess that means you like to pay stupid and useless women to entertain you then, huh? Must mean you're even less than useless, which makes total sense to me. Considering you just got her pregnant and are planning on leaving her now after you just called her line of work awful and herself stupid. You're just a waste of freaking oxygen, Justice. Do you even have the slightest idea of how messed up you really are?
I'm just trying to say that the woman I've been going out with is nothing compared to a lady like you, Paige.
I'm not happy to hear anything like that, though. All you're doing is making yourself look like an even worse person than I was already imagining. I am not trying to defend the women you've been going out with, but the fact that you just want to get up and leave her now after making a baby is insane.
But the only woman I want to call my wife is you. You're telling me to take responsibility for my actions, but that would mean I'd have to leave you and marry her now. I can't do that.
Why do you feel as though you can continue to stay married to me after all you've done? I'm going to throw you away whether you like it or not. Don't you dare forget that.
Don't. Please. Please.
I have to now, because there's no way to handle this besides a divorce. I'll have my lawyer get in touch with you later about everything you need to know about the divorce.
Wait, please? I will not agree with you on the divorce. I don't want to.
Then you go and tell that to my lawyer, please. They'll be able to inform you of the reality of this divorce, though. And remember, no matter how hard you try and fight this divorce, I will be ready to push back even harder and get it. Even if that means taking all of this to a courtroom and having the judge decide.
Why? Up until now, you and I have been doing so well. Can you really just cut our relationship apart like this without feeling any regrets? You were never the type of woman to do such heartbreaking things like that.
The reason I've become this way is because of you. And I do not want to talk about the person you thought I was when you're nothing like the man I married. I never married a man that would think it's okay to run away from the woman he just got pregnant. I'm over you, Justice. You're going to take care of that child whether you want to or not.
No way. Why is this happening to us? I was having to deal with that woman calling me back to her house all the time for you. For us.
You are doing all of that for your sake, right? Don't you ever say to me again that you are cheating and lying to me like that for my sake. The reason this is happening to you now is because you were trying to have a good life with both that woman and me. And if you want to be upset at someone for all of this happening, then be upset with your lying, cheating, dumbass self. After that, I made sure to take care of all the divorce papers with my lawyer and leave their business card at the house before leaving it. My husband tried to make it home as fast as possible to meet with me, but when he got home to a half-empty house and me not in it, he started to cry before calling my lawyer. He also called me right before that, but as he should have already been aware of, I was not going to change my decision. My lawyer was in some talks with my husband for a few days after that, and after it started to look as though nothing would happen, my lawyer told me the divorce was settled on. Of course, in this divorce, I'd also be getting a settlement from my ex and the woman he impregnated. My mother-in-law then called me saying how sorry she was for her son and everything, and that she didn't expect me to forgive her. But of course I did forgive her, as this let me realize just how kind and supporting of a person she really is. Thinking about how much my husband had tried to ruin things between her and myself, I will never be able to forgive him for that either. When it comes to the woman Justice had gotten pregnant, she went back to her hometown to have her baby. In the end, Justice did end up throwing her away and ran away from the responsibilities he had created for himself. He really is a terrible person in general and will burn in hell one day for all of the horrible things he's done. Although Justice thought he had gotten away with running away from that woman and the baby, sometime later he got a notice in the mail saying he needed to appear in court and she was going to fight him for child support. To this day, those two have been at the courthouse fighting it out. That all has nothing to do with myself now, but I do think he needs to be held responsible for everything he's created. All of this, that was things I heard about from Iris, by the way. But when she heard about him still fighting that woman in court, she officially gave up on him and cut ties. And that's why we'll never really know how things end there. But considering that the kid isn't at fault or anything, I pray that they will be raised in a good environment, not affected by the monster that cheated on me and tried to throw the kid and their mother away. As for myself, I'm on my own now. I'm over being married to anyone now, and would much rather enjoy the rest of my life being single and happy. I've been able to be myself now, and because of that, I'm able to do whatever I want when I want without someone holding me back. I'm going to crush all those bad memories of that jerk of an ex and make sure there's no time to regret any of the past.
Hey, Kaya, long time no see. How have you and Mom been doing? I've been doing great, by the way. Anyway, do you think you could ask Mom to lend me a little money? I just realized that I'm pretty low on funds this month, and I really need the money ASAP. Pretty please?
Seriously? Again? It was stupid of me to feel a little happy to get a notification from you for the first time in months. What did you spend all your money on this time?
There was a bag I just had to have. It was too beautiful to ignore, and I was at the counter before I could stop myself. You know, I'd be really happy if you could send me $500 every month. That way I wouldn't have to bother you like this.
You know that Mom's sick, don't you? We don't have that much money to spare. But you shouldn't expect her to save you every time you go on a shopping spree. You're just being spoiled. Besides, can't you take the time to come and visit her every now and then? You haven't been to see her in years. If you want to ask her for her help, then you should do it in person, not over the phone like this. I don't get why you always ask me to tell her for you.
I'm too busy. I'd come home if I could, but it's not that easy.
Have you finally settled at a full-time job?
No. Why? I'm still working part-time. But I think it's a different part-time job to the one I had the last time we talked.
You're still jumping between jobs? Are you really sure that that's the best way to earn a living?
I hate being tied down. I want to live a life where I can be free and don't have to feel constricted by society's rules. I don't want to be forced to become a permanent part of one company or one group. That's not enough for a free soul like me. You get what I'm talking about, don't you? I'm not the type to stay in one place or be tied down to one person. I want to go where I want, when I want, and do whatever I like, and leave the job whenever I don't feel bored of it. It's too suffocating.
You're free to do whatever you want. There's as many work styles as there are people in the world, but what I'm worried about is that you never have enough money. If you like shopping that much, then shouldn't you just compromise and get a job that pays you a stable income so you can spend that money however you want? It's no wonder you keep on asking us to give you money if you keep on dumping your part-time jobs for something new. Mom's really worried about you too, Freya. She's always wondering if you're eating enough and if you're managing to pay the bills properly.
Why? She shouldn't be worried about me. She should be worried about herself. I'm still young and energetic, but she's been sick for years, so she should focus on getting better. Oh yeah, have there been any improvements?
No, she's just getting worse every year. A few years ago, there were times when she was well enough to go out and have a walk and get out of the house, but now she's pretty much bedridden. She can't even sit up without my help, and I need a carer to help me give her a bath.
Oh, that does sound bad. I think I saw her about a year ago when I came back during the summer. She was going in and out of hospital during the time I was staying with you guys. But she's actually gotten worse since then? Seriously?
Yeah, why would I joke about that? She can't stand up on her own 2 feet, so she needs help whenever she needs a toilet too. She's in a really bad condition.
Oh, wow, that's really bad. Sounds like you're having a tough time. You're taking care of her, aren't you?
Of course I am. And I'd actually be really grateful if you'd come home and help out every now and then. It's not that easy doing everything by myself.
What? No way! I can't take care of a sick person. I don't know anything about helping give sick people showers or taking them to the toilet. And I don't want to make a mistake and let her slip and fall or something and get her hurt. It's best that I don't do anything at all. I'll leave taking care of Mom to you, Kaya. I trust you with her. I think you're the best person to take care of Mom since you're really careful.
And that's how you always evade responsibility and push the hard work onto me. I'm already doing what I can, but it's not enough. I really do need help. I've got a carer coming twice a week when Mom needs a bath and to give her a health check, but it's really not enough.
You'll be fine, Kaya. I believe in you. You can do it. You're good at multitasking, and most importantly, Mom trusts you a lot more than she trusts me. She definitely feels a lot better having you by her side and not me.
That might be so, but I think she's waiting for you to come and see her. She really misses you. Sometimes I think she feels really lonely because you haven't come to see her in such a long while.
Lonely? Did she say that she feels lonely, or do you just think she does?
Well, she hasn't voiced it, but I can tell. I've been living with her for a long time. She sometimes asks after you and asks if you mentioned when you'll next visit. She doesn't say it, but I think it's pretty obvious that she wants to see you. She just can't say it because you always say you're busy.
Really? All right, then how about this? Tell her that I'll come home if she transfers the money I want to my account. That way I won't have to worry about my paycheck while I'm visiting.
Freya, you've got to be kidding. Is money the only thing you can think about? Don't you have the heart to just come and visit Mom because you want to see her? Why do you have to put a price on it?
I was just joking, Kaya. Don't be so uptight. Of course I don't mean it. But it's true that I need the money, so can you mention that to her? I really am in trouble. When I get my bills paid, I'll work something out and make some time to go and visit you guys. Happy? I just really need the money first.
Yeah, okay, if you say so. I'll send you money from my account so you can use that. I don't think it's a good idea to ask Mom right now. But will you please promise not to use it all in one go? Make sure you use it for your bills.
Yeah, I will. Thank you so much, Kaya. You're the best big sister ever.
Just keep this in mind. You're not going to be able to rely on the both of us on money forever, okay? You haven't seen how bad her condition is, so you might think I'm being dramatic. But we don't even know how long she might have left. She's been on edge for a really long time. You should probably start thinking more about your own future and stop being so reckless. Just think about settling down in a job you enjoy. It's about time you became independent, Freya.
Yeah, okay. You don't have to lecture me. Jeez. What? What is it? Why are you calling me this early in the morning?
Sorry, were you sleeping? I just really had to talk to you. Can I call you? It's about Mom, and it's really urgent.
I was drinking with my friends until 3 in the morning, so my throat really hurts. I don't want to talk. If you want to talk, then just message me. What do you want?
Mom was taken to the hospital late last night. The doctors say that she doesn't have a lot of time left, and that we should start saying goodbye before it's too late.
What? Seriously? What happened? It sounded like she was fine 2 months ago.
I never said anything like that. She's been in a really bad condition for a long time, but she suddenly got worse about a week ago. It's already been 10 years since she first fell ill, remember? Fighting it has taken a toll on her, and I think she's really hit her limit. I don't think she's got the strength to fight it anymore. You really should come and see her.
Yeah, but it's really too sudden. I don't think I can make the time. I can't take time off work today.
Then come tomorrow or the day after. When you come is up to you, but make it quick. We don't know how long she has left, so this will be the last chance for you to come and see her.
But I've got work tomorrow and the day after, too. I can't take time off last minute like this.
Mom's in a really serious condition. Can't you tell them that and ask them for a few days off? I doubt any decent employer would refuse a request like that.
Make it sound so simple. That's not why I can't make it. If I take a day off, then the amount of money I get at the end of the month will decrease. I already told you I've been having trouble with money. I am barely making it by with the pay I get right now. Why would I do something as stupid as take a day off and lose out on more money?
Even so, can't you at least come and see her for one day? She's dying. Does money really matter more than seeing her? Anyway, will you just come whenever you can and say goodbye to her? She needs to see you. This might be your last chance to see her, so sort your priorities out. You've made her worry about you for the past 10 years, so the least you can do is come and see her and show her that you're well. Give her some relief before she passes away. She hasn't been able to talk much, but I'm sure that she misses you.
Yeah. I'll stop by when I've got some time.
I want to see you too, you know. I miss you too, and there's some stuff we have to talk about. I need your advice on some things too. Just let me know when you can come.
Advice? What can I help you with?
This might be a little inappropriate since Mom's still fighting to stay alive, but I want to get some things sorted out before the worst happens. You know, sort out the preparations for the funeral beforehand so we can get things done smoothly and send her off properly.
Why would that be inappropriate? It's completely normal, isn't it? The doctors told you that she hasn't got long to live, so why do you have to worry about something like that? Just get it over and done with. It's something you've got to do eventually, so you might as well get it cleared up now while you can.
Yeah, I guess so. So I wanted to talk to you about the funeral and decide some things together.
Huh? But it's not like I know how to get a funeral organized. What's the point in asking me? Can't you do it alone?
Yeah, but I don't know anything about holding a funeral either. I wanted to ask you because it's for Mom's sake. Can't you help me look things up and we can organize it for her together?
What? No way. I'm not interested. Why can't you ask one of our relatives? Mom's cousins or something. They might know something. It'll be a lot better than asking me to help you out. Trust me, I can't do that kind of stuff.
But we're all Mom has left. We're her only family. Why can't you just help me out just this once? Please, Freya, let's do it together. I can't deal with it all on my own. And the least you could do is help after everything Mom has done for you. You've completely shut yourself off from us and only contact us when you need money. This is all I'm asking from you.
But you're the big sister. You should be in charge of all that legal stuff now that Dad's gone. I don't have to feel responsible for anything because I'm the younger sibling. I don't have the experience you do, Kaya. You should deal with the funeral.
How can you be so thoughtless? You don't want to be responsible for taking care of Mom or her funeral, but you don't have any qualms about asking her for money? Don't you feel anything for her? I can't believe you could be so cold.
It's not like I'm being cold. Why do you have to be so harsh? In the first place, I don't see the point in holding a funeral for her. I don't think you have to hold it if it's going to be that difficult for you to plan. You're just going to take on some needless stress.
What are you talking about? Of course we're going to hold a funeral for Mom. She deserves that much.
Yeah, but it's going to cost money, isn't it? And you said that you can't deal with it on your own.
It's not a matter of how much it'll cost us. How could you say something like that? Of course we have to hold a funeral for our mother. She raised us all on her own after Dad died. Don't you want to give her a proper send-off? There are a lot of friends who'd want to say goodbye too. I can't believe what I'm hearing. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, but holding a funeral for a dead person is just meant to serve the interests of the people that are still alive. It's just being egotistical. Once she's dead, she's dead. She won't care whether we have a funeral or not. Or do you just want to hold a funeral because you don't want to be haunted by her? Are you scared of ghosts, Kaya? Everything's over once people die, so you don't have to worry about her holding a grudge against you for not planning a proper funeral.
That's not why I want to hold a funeral. Will you stop joking around and actually be serious for once? Besides, what are our relatives going to think if we announce that we're not going to have a funeral for Mom? How are they going to feel about that? How would Mom feel if we chose not to have a funeral just because you think it's going to be a waste of money?
Oh, that's why. You're worried about how we're going to look. You don't even have a decent reason for holding a funeral for Mom yourself. You've always been like that, Kaya. You care too much about what other people think. So you're always doing things to make yourself look good and kissing up to people to make them like you. You're great at acting like the model student. You're so boring like that.
I think you need to care a little more about what people think too, or at least grow up a little. You're already an adult and yet you're still dependent on us. One day you're going to realize that your irresponsible way of living isn't going to get yourself anywhere.
How I live and what I do is all up to me. I can do whatever I want because it's my life. I think holding a funeral is ridiculous, but do what you want. Wait, are you planning on using Mom's savings for the funeral? If you are, then I really don't agree with holding a funeral. Why would you waste her savings on something so useless? We're just going to end up with less money to inherit if you use her savings on something like that.
You're going on about money? Again? Honestly, money is all you ever think about. It's your first and last priority, and you don't care about anything else, especially if it's going to cost you. I'm sick and tired of you. Whatever. Do whatever you like. You don't have to come and see Mom either. I'm not going to expect anything from you.
Hey, good work on Mom's funeral. You said that you couldn't do it on your own, but you managed, didn't you? I told you so.
Yeah, no thanks to you.
But I knew that you could do it without me. I told you, didn't I? You're better suited to deal with those things than I am. It went smoothly without a single problem, and everyone got a chance to say goodbye. Good for you. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the inheritance. It's pretty important.
You took your time coming to the funeral, but you're fast when it comes to talking about money.
But you don't deny that it's important, do you? It's better to get things sorted as soon as possible rather than leave things too late and lose out. So I was thinking that I would inherit Mom's savings. I'm pretty sure her lawyer said that there's around $20,000 in her accounts. I want all of it.
What do I get?
You can have the house. It's pretty broken down and it's gotten pretty dirty over the years, but you'll manage. I don't want to inherit a filthy house like that, so you can have it.
It's our childhood home, Freya. Are you really sure you want to let go of it that easily? You're right that it's gotten old, but it's still a good home.
Of course I don't want it. It's not worth any money, and I don't want to live in a house that old. It's just going to cost me more to maintain it, and I don't even want to think about the inheritance tax that I'll be charged for it. I don't need it. I just want Mom's savings.
All right, if you say so. Then I'll inherit Mom's house and you can have her savings.
Yay! Thank you, Kaya.
However, I'm not going to give you any more money after you inherit Mom's savings. You've got to learn to deal with your own problems.
Fine, I don't care. It's not like I'll need to ask you for money once I inherit Mom's money. Once we're done talking with Mom's lawyers, I won't bother you ever again. I promise you don't have to worry about me.
Okay, well, we both have to sign the consent forms. We have to make an appointment with the lawyer, so I'll get in touch with you when I know when he can see us. I think he said he should be open sometime in the next week or so. I'll confirm later, but you'll sign, won't you? Apparently, we've got to leave a copy of the consent form proving that we're both happy with our inheritance and that we agreed to it to prevent issues in the future.
Seriously? You hired a lawyer? Did you have to do that?
Apparently, Mom hired him when she prepared her last will and testament a few years back. Inheriting someone's possessions is a lot more complex than you think, so she probably hired him to make things easier for us. She was thinking about us, even when she was so sick.
All right, I'll sign whatever you want me to sign, as long as I get the money. I just have to sign it, right? There better not be any fee we have to pay to the lawyer for helping us.
Don't worry, there's no fee. I'm pretty sure it's just a signature he needs, but we might have to go through some documents with him as a formality.
Okay, I'll read whatever he wants me to read. It'll be worth the savings I get. I can't wait. Five-star sushi is the best. Guess what? I'm planning on going out to eat some authentic Italian at a Michelin star restaurant tomorrow for lunch. It's all thanks to Mom and her money. I'm living in luxury. I'm so glad I could inherit her savings. Are you really sure you were okay with inheriting that disgusting old house? I can't believe you didn't give it up. Well, I guess you're a match made in heaven since you're so old and boring, too.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to be holding on to the house for much longer. I'm planning on selling it. It's already really old, and I found out that it's not suitable for renovations. It's pretty inconvenient, so it's a good thing I found someone willing to buy it.
But I doubt you'll get a lot of money for it. You should have just disclaimed it when we were speaking to Mom's lawyer. And it would have cost you a fortune if you wanted to demolish it, too. Bad luck.
Well, it turns out that I'm not that unlucky. I've got someone offering me a couple $100,000 for the entire property.
What? You're joking, right? There's no way someone would give you that much money for a mountain of crap like that. Are you half asleep or something? That might be possible in your dreams, but no one in their right mind would actually buy that house for that much. You don't seriously believe that they want that house, do you?
There's a major corporation who wants the land Mom's house is on. That's why the price has gone up by so much. Some representatives came by a few weeks ago and said that they want to build a factory in this area. They've already gotten a majority of the land that they need, but that they still need more space, and that's where Mom's land comes in.
What? You can't be serious. They're going to pay that much just for that house? If they're going to pay that much, then I want to inherit Mom's house instead. Kaya, I'll give you Mom's savings, so give me Mom's house.
It's too late for that. We've already finished with all the inheritance procedures. You're the one that said you wanted Mom's savings and that you didn't want the house, remember? And you signed the consent forms because you agreed to inheriting Mom's savings of your own accord.
You tricked me, didn't you? You knew how much the house was worth and didn't tell me on purpose because you wanted to inherit it yourself. You knew that it was worth hundreds of thousands because some major company was after it and waited for the chance to sell the house when we were done with signing these forms. That is so unfair. You're playing dirty.
I didn't know how much it was worth either until a few weeks ago. Not until after Mom's funeral when those businessmen came to see me.
You're a liar. You're a thieving, dirty liar.
It's the truth, Freya. I wouldn't have kept it all to myself if I had found out before Mom had passed away. But it seems that Mom already knew that the corporation was after the land. They told me that they had been making some pretty big offers to her for a while now.
What? Why? Why would Mom keep that a secret from us? Why didn't she tell us how much it was worth? If I had known, then I would have chosen to inherit the house instead. Why did I have to get the pocket money while you get the jackpot?
I don't know, but I have a feeling that Mom must have known that this would happen.
What are you talking about? Then why didn't she say anything?
I think that Mom must have known that you would choose to inherit the savings and that you would push the house onto me. She knew that you would have chosen the money over anything you deemed worthless. You might not want to hear this, but she mentioned something like this before she died. She said that if anything ever happened to her, that she wanted me to inherit the house. She was really insistent that I take it myself.
What? What's that supposed to mean? That's really unfair. That means she was favoring you over me. Yeah, that's not right. She's supposed to treat us both equally. We're both her daughters. Why do you get everything while I get almost nothing? It's not fair. It's not fair. She should have told both of us and let us decide what to do with the house together.
What's so unfair about it? I think it's pretty fair of her, to be honest. Ever since she became ill 10 years ago, I've been the one that's been taking care of her this entire time, all on my own. Of course, I never complained about it, but she knew how much I had sacrificed to take care of her and always thanked me for being with her. And as for you, you just lived freely and did whatever you wanted to do. You didn't help out at all, and you barely even visited. And then, at the very end, you tried to argue that we should save money by not holding a funeral, and just thought about how you could gain more money for yourself. Mom probably saw through your behavior and knew what kind of person you were, and how you would react to the inheritance if it was made clear how much the house was worth. That's why Mom made an effort to make sure that I wouldn't lose out on the inheritance.
What? So she decided that she wanted to spoil you because you were a goody two-shoes? That old bitch. I hope she rots in hell for what she did.
Don't you dare talk about Mom like that.
Why not? She was horrible to me by choosing you. Why would she do that?
You've always been spoiled by us, and we've always given you money when you needed it. Even after you became an adult and started working, you got pocket money from her and Dad. You don't have any right to complain about me getting the house and the inheritance. Aren't I entitled to getting some special treatment after everything I've done for Mom? Besides, I'm pretty sure she was disappointed in you in the end.
What? Why? What did I do to deserve that?
You abandoned her when she became sick. You never contacted her unless it was for money. You never visited her or came to help take care of her. You didn't care about either of us, just our money. Of course she would give up on you if you were that heartless towards her. You should be grateful that you got any of her savings at all. You better use it carefully. I won't forgive you if you waste it on your ridiculous shopping sprees. That's the last gift you'll ever get from her. Keep that in mind.
Kaya, can you lend me some money? I really need your help.
Why should I? You've got the money you inherited from Mom. Use that.
But I already used all of that up. I don't have any money left.
What? Already? How did you manage that? I thought I told you to use it carefully.
It was just $20,000. How do you expect that to last? I used the last few $100s on gambling and had a really bad losing streak. I don't have any money left in my account. You've got to help me.
Why would you use Mom's money on gambling? Why didn't you just keep it saved for when you really need it? Or spend it on something worthwhile? I can't believe you.
Because I didn't have a lot left. I thought I could use it and increase what I had. I thought I could win because I felt really lucky, but...
How could you be so stupid? I didn't think that you were that much of an idiot, but I guess you exceeded my expectations.
How is it my fault? I didn't think that it would disappear this quickly. I just spent it a few times and thought I still had a lot left when I checked my account and found that I had already spent most of it.
You spend too much money on the most meaningless things.
Meaningless? I bet that you're spending the fortune you got on designer goods and living in luxury. Since you got a few $100,000 from that major company or whatever, didn't you? You can buy whatever you want and do whatever you want. It's so unfair.
I'm not spending that money to live in luxury. I've got all the money I got from selling the house and saved in an account for when I need it. I already had a little money saved, so there's no need for me to use it yet. I'm keeping it aside for my future.
If you haven't used any of it yet, then why can't you lend me some of it? I don't have any money right now, so I need it. Isn't that a good enough reason to give me some? Help me, Kaya.
We talked about this when we were going through the inheritance documents with Mom's lawyer. I told you that once we got an inheritance, I wouldn't help you anymore. That you would have to become independent and deal with your own problems on your own. I'm not going to spoil you anymore.
This doesn't count as spoiling me. I really do need help, otherwise I won't be able to pay the bills.
Yeah, but it's your own fault that happened in the first place. You should have taken care of what you spent that money on. I'm not going to lend you any money.
Come on, please. I'm only asking for a few $100s. I'll do whatever you say. I won't bother you ever again. Just please, can you lend me some money? If anything ever happens to you, I promise that I'll be the one to take care of you. You can trust me.
Before anything happens to me, I think you're the one that's going to need someone to take care of you.
What? What do you mean?
I heard about your diagnosis, that you've got cancer.
Why do you know about that?
I heard from a relative at the funeral. They told me that you've been going around our relatives' houses asking them to lend you money. I'm not surprised that I'm not the only one you've been relying on for money, especially since Mom passed away.
Yeah, so what? I've been diagnosed with cancer.
It's probably a result of the unhealthy lifestyle you've been leading. You brought it on yourself.
Whatever, but I need money to pay for the treatment. That's why I'm begging you for money like this. My life's on the line, so you can't say that I'm being spoiled. Can't you be more compassionate and give me some money?
I pity you for becoming ill. I feel really sorry that you have to go through something so difficult. However, it's not like all the things you've done will disappear just because you've gotten sick. You're still the same person no matter how pitiful you are. You abandoned Mom when she became sick, didn't you? Maybe now you'll understand that the things you do to others have a way of coming back to you. This is what you get.
I feel bad for not going to see Mom more often. I should have called her up more often. But it's not like I did anything to you, is it? Why do you have to punish me like this?
You might not have done anything to me directly, but you pushed taking care of her onto me and didn't help me, even when I begged you to. You didn't help me with preparing for Mom's funeral either. I spent 10 years taking care of Mom, and you only came to visit once or twice in all that time. I did everything, and you only called to borrow money from the both of us. When Mom first fell ill, I thought that we would work together and support each other, but I felt like you betrayed me. That's why I don't feel any obligation to help you, Freya. You can deal with your problems on your own.
I'm sorry, but I really didn't know what to do. I didn't have any confidence that I could help take care of Mom, and I thought that I could leave her to you.
That's just an excuse. Even if you felt that you couldn't do anything, you could have asked me what you could do to help. Or you could have at least come to see us and called to see how she was doing. If you actually cared, then I think you would have done something. There were plenty of ways that you could have helped. Mom wasn't the only one that was disappointed in you and felt that you had abandoned her. I felt the same way, because I was left to deal with everything on my own. That's why I'm not going to help you anymore. I don't owe you anything. You're wrong if you think you have the right to ask me for help. Someone who abandons their family the way you did should be prepared to be abandoned in the exact same way. After that, I wondered about whether I should purchase a new house, and settled for renting out a nice apartment in the city. I've gotten back to work full-time, and I've been earning a stable income while making the most of the assets I have. I've been looking up ways to invest my money and make a larger profit, so that I don't have to worry about my future. The only reason why I can live comfortably is thanks to the incredible inheritance my mom left behind for me. I'm really grateful to her for leaving the house to me, and for not mentioning its real worth to my sister. As for Freya, she's fighting desperately against the cancer she's been diagnosed with. I told her that I wouldn't help her at all with her treatment, but now I have gone back on that, and have started supporting her during her treatment. It seems that she's really changed ever since she found out that she was sick, and has shown a lot of remorse for the way she treated me and our mom. The loneliness of dealing with her cancer all by herself must have really cut deep and made her sympathize with how Mom felt in her final days. A while after that, I met a guy at work and we ended up getting married. My new life is nothing luxurious, but I'm happy that I've managed to build a happy family with my husband and hope that I can cherish the time I have with them. After everything that's happened, I feel like the luckiest woman in the world.
Hey, Haley, long time no see. How have you been? Any kids yet?
Not yet.
Oh, it's too bad. Still no luck, huh? You've been doing fertility treatments for a while now. Didn't know it takes this long.
Yeah, it's been about 3 years. I heard the average is around 2 years. Guess it varies. Maybe I'm just taking longer.
It must be expensive too, right?
Insurance covers it now, but it was pretty costly. I spent most of my savings from when I was single.
Wow, that's tough. Even after all that effort, still no kids.
Yeah, I have fertility issues. I feel bad for my husband.
But it's not like you chose to be born this way. Can't blame yourself. Must be hard with your in-laws expecting things too. You're not at fault. It's just unfortunate.
Nah, my in-laws don't pressure me. They're really kind and understanding. They said it's okay if we don't have kids.
I bet they still hope for grandkids, though.
Maybe. But lately I've started to think differently. My husband and I have talked about it, and we think we can be happy even without kids.
Wait, are you giving up? After all you've been through? You even took time off work for this.
Yeah, but it's been really exhausting mentally. We've been arguing more too.
You and your super nice husband are fighting?
Yeah, I guess the stress is getting to both of us. Trying to have a baby is harder on the heart than we thought. It's a cycle of hope and disappointment.
Wow, that sounds really tough. You both have done so much. You're amazing.
Thanks for all your support. It's really helped me a lot.
Of course I'm cheering you on. Duh. I'd be so happy if you had a baby. Ever since you got married, I've been looking forward to it.
Yeah, I know. I wanted you to be able to hold your niece or nephew. Sorry.
But hey, you never know what the future holds. I've heard of people getting pregnant right after stopping treatments. Don't be too down.
I've heard that too. I haven't totally given up on having kids. Just trying to take it easier now. Don't want things to get tense with my husband.
Taking it easy sounds like a good plan. But it's a shame if your hubby's good looks don't get passed on. He's so handsome.
Even if we have a kid, no guarantee they look like him.
True.
But if we do have a kid, I don't care who they look like. Not getting my hopes up too much.
Someday it'll happen. Don't worry. Haley, guess what? I have some exciting news.
What's up?
I'm pregnant. I want you to come and celebrate with me.
Congrats! How far along are you?
About 3 months. I missed my period and thought, maybe. But I didn't actually think I was pregnant. I was so shocked.
So the baby will be here before your birthday. That's amazing. Congrats again.
I got my maternity handbook too. The cover design isn't that cute, but apparently there are cute covers you can buy. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
I wonder if my baby will be a boy or a girl. If it's a girl, I'm going to buy so many cute baby clothes. Which would you be happier about?
I'd be happy either way. Even if it's a boy, you can still dress him in cute clothes when he's a baby.
True. I'll just buy lots of cute baby stuff then.
Baby stuff is so cute. It must be fun to pick out.
Oh, sorry. You want to have a baby too, but can't have one yet. And here I am getting pregnant first. Oh, it's not fair. I'm sorry for being inconsiderate.
Don't worry about it. I don't think you're being unfair.
But you should be the one getting pregnant first, not me.
There's no such thing as should with pregnancy. Kids are a blessing.
You're not mad, are you?
Why would I be mad at you? Of course not.
I was worried you might resent me.
I would never resent you. I'm excited to have a niece or nephew.
Exactly. I also tried to figure that you wouldn't get mad over something like this. You're not the type to not celebrate your sister's happiness.
I'm genuinely happy for you and wish you the best. You'll have a lot going on. If you need help, let me know. I'm here for you.
You'd babysit for me? Oh, that'd be awesome. It'll be good practice for when you have your own kids.
For sure. Let me hold the baby when they're born. It'll be good practice for me.
Absolutely. You can babysit as much as you want. You're so good with kids. I bet my baby will love you. You're going to be such a great auntie. I'm so glad you're happy for me. Looking forward to my baby shower gift from you. Knowing you, I'm sure you'll get me something nice.
Of course. You're going to need a lot of stuff.
Sorry, I know you spent a lot on fertility treatments, and now I'm the one getting all the good news. But I'm sure things will look up for you and your husband.
Yeah, I know.
I guess our bodies are just different. I'm better built as a woman, I suppose. It's crazy how different we are as sisters. Reality can be so cruel, but don't skimp on the baby gifts, okay?
Yeah, reality is cruel. Like how my sister slept with my husband.
What? What are you talking about? That makes no sense. You've lost it from all those fertility treatments.
You're the crazy one. The baby is my husband's, isn't it? What were you thinking? Especially since you're married, too.
No way. What makes you say that?
I know you two were having an affair. I saw his phone.
Stop making stuff up. This baby is mine and my husband's.
I called your husband right after I found out about the affair. We did a DNA test right away. Turns out, your husband isn't the father. So the only possible father is my husband, who you were sleeping with.
When did you do a test? Your husband did it behind your back? I can't believe it. How could he do that without telling me?
It was necessary. Now you can't deny it.
You guys have been suspecting us this whole time? You never showed any signs.
I was holding back to catch you. It's been hard seeing my husband's face lately, but I held it in. Your husband must have felt the same. Aren't you out right now while your husband watches the kid?
How do you know that?
Your husband told me.
Were you planning this with my husband?
Yes. We decided today that was a day to confront you, so we coordinated.
When you get home, he's going to ask you a lot of questions. I'm planning on doing the same when my husband gets back. Be prepared.
I talked to my husband and found out something interesting. Apparently, you were the one who initiated the affair.
What? I didn't do anything like that.
You badmouthed me in front of him to make yourself look good, didn't you? We were both stressed from fertility treatments, so maybe he was vulnerable. Plus, you're good looking, so I get it, I really do. But to initiate the act is really cruel of you. I just cannot understand your thinking.
I didn't initiate anything. Your husband approached me. He wanted the physical relationship, not me. I'm not to blame.
Of course you're to blame. That's a crazy excuse. If you went along with it, you're just as guilty.
He was forceful. I was scared and couldn't resist. I was practically assaulted.
I don't believe you. It sounds like a lie to save yourself.
Why won't you believe me? We're sisters, the only ones we have in this world. Trust me, I would never betray you.
I can't trust you anymore after the affair. Plus, you've always used to compliment my husband. It seems like you had a thing for him, so hearing that you initiated it makes sense.
That's terrible. When you were going through fertility treatments, I was always there supporting you, remember? I'm not the awful person you're making me out to be.
I don't see it that way. You made fun of my infertility. You told my husband I was a failure as a woman.
I don't remember saying anything negative.
You might not have meant it, but your words always felt insensitive. You might not have realized it, but you were mocking me.
I wasn't mocking you. Stop with the paranoia. Maybe you're just bitter because you can't have kids.
See, there you go now, making fun of my infertility. I didn't want to argue, so I kept quiet. We're going to have a discussion with all parties involved at your place, so hurry home. Hey, how long are you going to keep wandering around? Come home already. Both set of parents are waiting. Everyone's waiting for you.
I can't go back there.
Stop being selfish. Consider what you've done and woman up.
If I go back there, everyone will just blame me. It'll be like getting ganged up on. I can't handle that.
Fine, forget it then. Since you're not coming back, we're moving forward with the discussion without you. We've made some decisions already.
What? What decisions?
Both of us are divorcing you guys, and you and my husband will each pay alimony. You should start packing your bags.
What? I'm getting kicked out? I just had a baby and my body's a wreck.
Discuss the timing of leaving with your own husband.
What about the kids?
Obviously, you'll have to take custody of them and raise them.
I have to pay alimony and now I'm broke? How am I supposed to raise my kids? Don't make decisions without me while I'm not there.
It's your fault for not being here. Our parents are here too, and they're really mad at you. They're even saying they'll cut ties with you, so don't expect any help from them. And that's why you gotta tough it out on your own.
Everyone's being so cold. Are you really gonna abandon the kids too? They didn't do anything wrong.
That's something you gotta talk to my husband about, because he's the kid's dad. It's got nothing to do with me.
You are heartless. I never thought you could be so cold. I am so disappointed.
Yeah, well, the sweet big sister you knew is gone. Wake up. You're the one who changed me. I'll never forgive you for ruining my family.
Then take the kids. Raise them like you birthed them instead. It's like surrogacy, you know?
What? Are you out of your mind? Are you crazy?
But you always wanted a kid, right? Then I'll give you mine. I can't raise them on my own.
Sure, I said I wanted kids, but I never wanted it to happen like this. And how can you say something so irresponsible? You're beyond redemption.
Then what am I supposed to do? Help me!
Don't come to me so casually for help anymore. I'm done being your sister. Goodbye. My husband and I proceeded with the discussion, and we ended up getting a divorce settlement. Naturally, my sister and her husband also got divorced. My sister ended up being asked for alimony by both my ex-husband and me. With just giving birth and no job or financial stability, she was at a loss. No one sympathized with her. She was kicked out of the house. My sister ended up vanishing, leaving her child with my ex-husband. She dumped all the responsibilities and disappeared. But my ex-husband, out of sheer determination, hired a detective and tracked her down. Instead of letting her get away, my ex-husband demanded child support from her. Regarding the child support, my sister and my ex-husband are still arguing to this day. However, legal proceedings come with lawyer fees. She asked relatives for money, but was turned down by everyone. And since the child is innocent, I discussed it with the family, and we have taken the child into our care. In exchange, we completely cut ties with my sister and made my ex-husband pay a lump sum as child support. She will never see us or the child again. I decided to forget about this terrible incident and focus on raising the child with my parents. At least we believe that the child will grow up straight and strong.
Just got back from the hospital. It was my first time at the OBGYN and I was so nervous.
How did it go? Are you pregnant?
Yep, turns out I am.
Wow, I'm gonna be a dad.
Yep, we're going to be parents.
We need to get ready. Baby stuff is expensive, right?
Yeah, and I have another update. It's twins.
What? Twins? Seriously?
Yep, no doubt about it. Double the joy, but also double the work. Let's do our best together.
Yes, for sure. And also don't forget that it'll be double the money as well. We'll need 2 of everything. This is gonna be tough.
The doctor told me about the twins. I was so shocked. Totally unexpected.
Shocked doesn't cover it. I wasn't prepared for this. I thought maybe a few kids eventually, but 2 at once. I wanted to raise them one by one.
I'm also overwhelmed by the idea of being a mom of 2 suddenly as well. But we have to do it now. Complaining won't help.
I know, but I'm really thrown off by this.
Let's just think positive. With twins, we get graduations, school entries, and exams done at the same time. And they'll be great buddies for each other. They'll always have someone to play with.
Even if we try to think positive, it's still going to be really hard.
But we can't change the fact that I'm pregnant. We just have to accept it. Let's do our best together. Instead of worrying, let's be happy about it.
Understood. Last night's crying was so loud.
Seriously? You cry and complain more than them.
Just do something about it. I'm losing sleep every night.
I'm sorry, but I don't know why they're crying either. I try everything. Diapers, milk, everything.
Please just make sure the babies stop crying at night. I'm so sleep deprived that I'm falling asleep at work and can't concentrate.
I'm sorry, but you sleep more than I do. You never get up when the babies cry. I'm up every night taking care of them alone while you're sound asleep.
I just don't open my eyes, but I'm up. Plus, taking care of the kids is a mom's job, not mine. You just need to handle it better. Every night their crying is driving me crazy. Do something! It sucks that I even have to say something to you.
I'm trying my best to stop them from crying, but when one starts, the other one does too. Maybe it's a twin thing? But I can't understand why you are acting so rude. I am a mother, not a maid.
I don't know. And what about the messy house? Can't you do something about the house too? Dishes are piled up, laundry is everywhere, and it's so messy that I can't even relax at home.
I'm sorry, but honestly, I can't manage the house right now. Taking care of the babies is all I can handle. You need to step up as well.
You're home all day. What are you doing? You're a stay-at-home mom.
I can't take my eyes off them. One of them is always crying. I am also exhausted from lack of sleep, but I'm trying my best.
That's just an excuse. If you can't manage both childcare and housework, you're failing as a mom. Look at other families. You're the only housewife who can't keep up with chores.
It's not that simple. They're twins. It's a lot more work.
If you can't handle it, you shouldn't have had twins. You're an idiot.
What? How can you say that?
Why did our babies have to be twins? One would have been enough.
What are you even saying now? Was having twins that bad? You can't choose whether to have twins or not.
Yeah, it's always blah, blah, blah with you. You just go on and on with the excuses. If you're a mom, take care of the babies properly. Otherwise, you're worthless.
I get that you're frustrated from lack of sleep, but stop taking it out on me. There's nothing we can do about the babies crying. I want to fix it too. It's not just you that's under stress and lack of sleep.
I don't care for your excuses. Excuses are like assholes. Everyone has one. I just want you to figure out a way to handle the twins, especially at night. Using the kids as an excuse for the reasoning behind your lack of duties is beyond me. And it doesn't work for me. You gave birth to them, so please just take responsibility and stop making excuses.
You don't have to say it like that. They're your kids too. It sounds like you wish they weren't here. How can you say something like that?
I didn't mean it like that.
Don't put all the blame on me. I'm trying my best. Instead of complaining, help out with the housework. If we work together, it won't be so hard.
Housework is your job. Don't make me clean up your mess.
That's not right. We're a couple. We should help each other.
Help each other? I'm the one carrying more of the burden. I work all day.
And I appreciate that, really. But I'm also working non-stop 24/7.
Don't compare it to my job. You can't help me with my work. You're making me angry. You know what? I'm not coming home tonight.
Where are you going?
I'm staying at a hotel. Their crying is too much. I need a good night's sleep for once, otherwise it affects my work.
You're just running away. That's so irresponsible.
I'm doing my part by working. You need to take responsibility for your role. I'll come back when you become a better mother. Wow, the house is still a mess. Nothing has changed. Why in the hell does the house look like this? What in the world have you been doing? You're a stay-at-home mom. You shouldn't be slacking like this. This is absolutely insane.
I keep telling you, I can't keep up with the housework. It's tough. We have very demanding kids. You should for once try to raise them and spend some time with them.
There you go with the excuses again. You're really useless. Stop talking back and do something. Keep this up and you'll have no place in this house.
Excuse me? The real kid here is you. All talk, no action, and a lot of work to deal with.
What? Who the hell are you disrespecting? Don't mess with me. I'm not the one.
Since taking care of kids is a mom's job, I thought of something. I'll let your mother take care of you.
What does that mean? What are you planning with my mom?
I'm at your parents' place right now. I talked to her about you and she apologized to me. But it's you who should be apologizing. You are so useless.
Why did you go to my mom? This is between us. Are you kidding me?
Why do you think she made an apology? Because she's sorry for your behavior.
What are you talking about? What did I do?
Still don't get it? You have been irresponsible as a father and husband. You don't help with the housework or childcare, just complain and blame me. You're the worst for not facing our problems. I won't rely on you anymore. Starting tomorrow, your mom will be our housekeeper. She'll be staying with us for a while.
I didn't agree to this. You can't just decide that on your own.
Do I need your permission? You don't care about the house anyway, right? So I made the decision.
I can't understand why you brought my mom into this. She has nothing to do with it.
Since you're a useless kid, your mom has to take responsibility. Again. She's much more supportive than you and agreed to help with the housework and childcare.
So you're just passing over your responsibilities. You're a complete failure as a mother. You're pathetic.
Pathetic? You're the last person who should say that. You can insult me all you want, but every time you do, your own reputation drops. Even your mom is fed up with you.
A mom should be able to handle both childcare and housework. My mom did.
Your grandparents lived with you, right? Your mom had help. You forget that, yet you blame me? You're really clueless. It's almost sad.
You better watch it.
No, you better watch it. I keep telling you, our babies are twins. It's a whole different situation from your mom. I am starting to wonder if you're slow or not. You seem off.
I get that, but...
Whether it's one baby or two, taking care of kids is tough. How come that's so hard to understand? You look so foolish. Maybe you should just stop talking. You just want to make things easy for yourself. That's why I asked your mom to come help. I am done relying on you. Starting today, your mom is staying with us. You'll be sleeping in the storage room.
What? The storage room? Why?
Your mom and I will be taking care of the babies at night, so we'll sleep in the bedroom. Since you're not helping, you need to sleep somewhere else out of our way.
Then I'll sleep in the living room. I'm not sleeping in the storage room.
You'll be in the way if you're in the living room when we're making bottles at night. I made space for a futon in the storage room, so sleep there. Besides, once you close the door, you won't hear the babies crying as much.
Why do I have to be shoved into the storage room?
I moved all your stuff to the storage room too, your clothes, bags, everything. Your mom's stuff will go in the bedroom closet.
I have to live in the storage room? Don't do this!
It'll be more convenient for you to get ready in the morning. Plus, I don't want you coming into the bedroom anymore. We finally get to sleep in the early morning, and if you come in to get ready, you'll wake us up. I've planned it out so perfectly.
This is way too much. Why do I have to be the one stuck in the storage room?
You wanted this, didn't you? You said you didn't want anything to do with the house, didn't want to hear the babies crying. Well, now that everything's split, you can have the life you want. It's easier for us to manage things this way.
This isn't the life I wanted. I won't accept spending time in a damn storage room. I'm not going anywhere but to my room.
If you have a problem, then take on your mom's role. But you can't, can you? If you can't, then please, once again, stop complaining.
Fine. Do whatever you want. I won't get involved with anything house-related. Handle it yourselves.
Of course that's the plan, but don't get it twisted. Your mom and I aren't here for you. It's all about the children. We don't have time to pamper you, so do your own chores.
What do you mean, do your own chores? Isn't that your job?
I'll take care of the overall cleaning and stuff, but for things like your own laundry, cooking, washing dishes, and cleaning up...
Can't you at least help out with laundry and dishes?
You can handle your own stuff. Our lifestyles are different. I don't have time to do everything for you. But now that the house will be cleaner and you can sleep better, that should be enough, right?
Well, if it means I can finally rest, I guess it's okay. Life has been hellish until now, and I can eat out for meals.
Exactly. It's not all bad, right? If you don't like sleeping in the storage room, you can stay at a hotel or something. You're just in the way at home.
Hey, where is everyone?
They're at the hospital today for a checkup. Still sleeping at this hour? Pretty lazy for a holiday.
You could have woken me up. I wanted to go to the hospital too.
Your mom is with us, so it's fine. You wouldn't be any help anyway. You don't calm the kids, change diapers, or do anything useful. You'd just be in the way.
I could at least carry stuff.
We don't need your help. Having your mom here is enough.
What time will you be back?
Around noon, probably.
Should I make lunch?
Don't bother. Your mom already said not to. She hates it when you mess up the kitchen. And yeah, you always make a huge mess when you cook.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. It's always a disaster zone after you're done, as if a hurricane hit, so just stay out of it.
I was just trying to be nice, thinking you'd be hungry. You don't have to be so harsh.
If you really want to help us, just go out somewhere. It's honestly better that way. Things run smoother without you around. When someone who's bad at chores tries to help, it just makes things worse.
You don't have to put it like that. I'm trying my best, you know.
Oh, you want recognition for trying? Well, let me tell you something. You never once acknowledged my efforts. I've been doing chores every day, barely sleeping, trying my best. But all you did was complain. Now you know how I felt.
It's not like I didn't appreciate you.
You didn't show it. Just because you try hard doesn't mean you automatically get praise.
I don't need praise, but I'm still part of this family, so let me help more.
You don't know how to do chores or take care of kids, do you? You're just in the way.
If I can help, let me do something, anything.
We'll see. He started helping with chores once he realized we couldn't count on him anymore. His mom kept pointing out what he did wrong, and slowly he learned how to do it properly. Even though he tried, he was still seen as useless, which hurt his ego. He's been more subdued lately. I think he finally understands how I felt. He used to look down on me, but now he's much more considerate. He admitted that he was in a bad place when the kids were born, and I'm glad he gets it now. I honestly thought about divorce, but I've decided to give him another chance. Now he's better at chores than I am and takes care of the kids. Our relationship is slowly getting better. After time, he's gotten so good that we don't need his mom's help anymore. Even though things will get tougher as the kids grow, I think we can handle it together now. It was a bit mean to make him feel what I did, but I'm glad I did it. Mom, I'm on the train now. I think I'll get home around 5 p.m.
Hey, the train is crowded, right? Be careful coming here.
Yeah, the train is super crowded. I'm lucky that I booked my reserved seat.
It's the end of the year. It's your first time coming back for New Year's since you moved to the city, right? You usually don't come home because it's too cold.
True. I've never seen the station this packed. It's also really stuffy in here.
It's pretty cold here. Did you dress warmly? You always catch colds easily.
I'm bundled up, so I'm good. But I'm hungry. I overslept and missed breakfast. Didn't have time to buy anything at the store either.
All right, let's eat as soon as you get here.
Yay. By the way, what's for dinner tonight?
We're having sushi. We've also got some fried chicken and clam soup as well.
Oh, can't wait. I'm gonna eat everything.
We ordered a lot. Your dad got the most expensive stuff because you're coming home.
He's the best. I'm so happy because I usually can't afford fancy sushi.
Are you eating well?
I'm eating, but not much fancy stuff. My eating is far too expensive.
Our family is known for eating a lot. Groceries were always expensive. When you and your brother were little, it cost a lot.
Yeah, my brother and I ate a ton. We're better now, but still eat more than most people, so I cook filling meals with cheap ingredients.
Prices have been going up lately too, so it's hard to splurge. While you're at home, eat as much as you want. I'll make all your favorite dishes.
That's awesome. I'm probably gonna eat everything in the fridge.
No worries, we have 2 fridges and 2 freezers.
Not many houses have that. Whitney must have been shocked, right? Her new family eats so much.
She was really surprised at first. We eat rice in big bowls, right? She was wide-eyed when she saw that.
Yeah, most people use small bowls. Does Whitney eat a normal amount?
About a third of what you eat, maybe even less.
That's not so much. But, that's normal, so I'm kind of embarrassed.
Don't worry about it. Our family eats a lot but never gains weight. We all eat tons but stay thin. She's kind of jealous of that.
But she's got a great figure, too.
Yeah, but if she eats a lot, she gains weight. It's hard for her to maintain her figure. It's tough for her.
True. Everyone around me is always on a diet. How's she doing? It's been over a year since you started living together, right? Is she used to it now?
She's totally used to it. She's really gotten along with the family.
Well, that's good to hear. I want to get closer to her during this visit. I'm going to take a nap now. Talk later.
All right. Be careful coming here.
Mom, you're out shopping, right? Can you pick up some stomach medicine for me?
Sure, but what's up?
My stomach feels heavy. I've been overeating these past 3 days. Went a bit overboard.
Can you eat tonight's New Year's food? I'm making fried foods too.
I'll be fine. Once I take the medicine, I'll be good to go.
That's my girl.
By the way, I've noticed Whitney isn't at meals. Is she avoiding them because I'm here?
No, she's dieting. She ate too much around Christmas and gained a bit of weight. So she's trying to cut back during the holidays. Watching us eat makes her want to join in, so she steps away during meals.
Oh, I see. Well, I think she could eat a bit, though. It's a shame to miss out on all the delicious food.
That's why she avoids it. Everything I make is high in calories.
True, and we're having fried foods tonight, too.
When we all eat together, she ends up overeating, so she has lighter meals in another room.
Oh, that's sad. Oh, she doesn't need a diet. She's already so thin.
She's the type who looks slimmer in clothes. She's not actually that thin.
That's not true. She's skinny. By my standards, she's super thin. You're too strict about body shape.
You haven't gone to a hot spring with her, right? I have, and she has a bit of a tummy. Plus, she wants to lose weight, so let her do her thing.
But extreme dieting is bad for health. Is she okay? She's cute even without losing weight.
Unlike you, she's really into her appearance. She wants a model-like body.
Her standards are high. I admire her as a woman, but I don't want her to push herself too hard. Hey, Whitney, can we talk for a sec?
Sure, what's up?
Well, you always disappear during meals. Aren't you overdoing the diet thing? Skipping meals could make you sick.
Oh, it's about that.
I'm a high school teacher, and I see girls overdo dieting all the time. They get anemic or develop eating disorders. I don't think strict dieting is good. Plus, it's New Year's, and I want to eat with you. Let's have dinner together tonight.
I can't eat with everyone. Your mom will get mad.
Huh? Why?
She told me I should eat the leftovers. I'm only allowed to eat what's left over.
What? Seriously?
Your mom said I should only eat leftovers because I gain weight easily, so I can't eat with everyone. Sorry.
Did my mom really say that? Is that why you're so thin?
Yeah, she said it's for my own good, so I don't get fat.
That's not helping you. Plus, our family eats a lot, and there's hardly any leftovers. We finish everything at every meal.
Yeah, so often I eat the leftover sauce from plates or drink water to fill up.
That's not real food. You're not eating actual solid food.
Sometimes there are leftovers stuck in the pot, and I eat those.
That's not okay. You're going to get sick. Why are you listening to my mom?
She gets mad if I eat. She says I'm fat because I sneak food to my room. She said she'd kick me out if I embarrass the family, so I have to listen to her.
What? That's terrible. You're not fat. Our family just doesn't gain weight so easily.
I'm so jealous of you all. If I didn't gain weight easily, your mom wouldn't be mad at me.
It's not right for her to get mad about that. Everyone's body is different. And it's fine to gain a bit of weight if it's not unhealthy. She shouldn't be commenting on anyone's body.
Please, calm down.
Sorry, I got a bit worked up. But your situation isn't okay. We need to fix this. This is straight up bullying, and it isn't right.
I'm glad you said that. I've been so worried about what's going to happen to me. My hair and nails are in bad shape. I've been getting dizzy a lot lately, and I'm scared I'm going to get really sick.
I'm so sorry. You must have been living in hell. I'm going to put an end to this today.
Did you call me earlier? What's up? Need me to pick something up? I'm just greeting the neighbors for New Year, so hang on a bit.
Hey, why aren't you giving Whitney any food?
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. She's not been at meals because of you. You told her that fat people should eat leftovers, right?
What are you saying? I never do that.
She is dangerously thin now. What are you going to do about it? This is your fault.
Calm down. Did she tell you that? I didn't do anything like that.
She is way too skinny, and I know you called her fat in your messages. I've seen them.
Did you check my messages?
No excuses. I've told Dad and my brother what you did to her. You lied to them, too.
What are you talking about?
My brother's been worried because Whitney's been getting skinnier, but you explained she's on a diet, right? Mark and Dad actually believed she was seriously dieting. Do you even realize what you've done?
Well, there was a time when she did gain weight. It was embarrassing, so I thought I'd help her lose some.
Don't lie. You just wanted to bully her. Making her eat leftovers? What did she do to deserve that? She's the one who's pitiful. I'm ashamed of you, Mom.
I'll explain properly when I get back. You'll hear my side of the story, too.
What? Tell me right now.
She's really useless. Can't cook or clean properly. Can't do anything. And she doesn't even work. Just eats all the time. No way I'm letting someone like that eat my food.
Neither my brother nor Dad thinks she's useless. I don't either. While I've been here, she's been helpful and active. There is no one as good as her.
You hardly ever come home, so you don't understand her. She really is useless.
Just because she can't do anything doesn't mean you can stop feeding her. Whatever. This is pointless. You're clearly not understanding the issue here, so I'm going to take matters into my own hands. Mom, why are you still not home? You know you did something wrong, and that's why you're avoiding coming home.
Just went shopping. It's crowded, so it's taking time.
I talked to Dad and the others. We've decided to put you through the same things you put Whitney through. So from today, you'll now eat the leftovers. Also, don't come to the living room during meals.
What? Are you kidding me? You're gonna make fun of me like this?
Maybe now you'll understand how she feels. Plus, you've been gaining weight lately. Maybe it's time you shed some pounds and cut back a little.
We haven't left any leftovers during the holidays.
Then just lick the leftover sauce from the plates.
I'll get sick if I do that.
You did the same thing to her. But now that you're the one being asked to do it, you don't like it, right? See how mean and wrong your thinking was?
We're different ages, and I need more calories than she does. I can eat a lot and not gain weight. I can't survive on leftovers alone.
I don't care about that. Why should I have to consider your needs so much? What goes around comes around. It's that simple.
Do you even care about what happens to my body?
Not really. Isn't it irony?
You're such a terrible daughter.
We have to do this to make up for what you did to her and her family.
Dad agrees with this too?
Of course. In fact, he's considering divorcing you. That's how angry he is.
What?
Mark is also planning to cut ties with you as well. I'm thinking of doing the same.
What happened? You guys suddenly cutting ties with me? Why go that far?
I just saw her body. She took off her clothes for me. When I saw her, I couldn't help but cry. Her ribs were sticking out. She was just skin and bones. It was hard to think that you did that to her.
She was that skinny?
What are you saying? You know, you almost took her life. You did something irreversible. You are the worst as a human being. I don't even want to think we're related.
I didn't know she was that skinny. I'm sorry. I didn't mean any harm.
It's too late for apologies now. From today, you're on leftovers duty. She's going to eat to her heart's content from tonight. Be prepared for what's coming your way.
Wait, don't leave me. I'm sorry for disappointing you.
Apologies mean nothing now. If you're sorry, apologize to her on your knees. Maybe then she'll leave some food for you. There's no one else like you in this house. Later, Mom came back and immediately kneeled in front of everyone and apologized to her. But we told her she's not allowed to eat with us and instructed her to stay in a separate room. In the end, she couldn't eat anything that day and spent mealtime alone. We didn't intend to let Mom eat, so she barely had any leftovers the next day either. Whitney seemed to have quietly given her some food, feeling sorry for her. It's ironic that the only one in the family who showed pity to Mom was the one she bullied. At that moment, Mom regretted bullying Whitney and tearfully apologized for everything. But it's too late for apologies now. Soon after New Year's, Mom and Dad got divorced, and Mom was kicked out. My brother and I cut ties with Mom, too. Whitney gradually returned to her old self and regained her health. She's a really kind kid, staying with Dad despite everything. We're going to cherish Whitney in our family.